should be there. Got that down. Let's see if we can throw something in here. Let's see if we can throw a shuttle in. Let's throw a shuttle in. Or maybe Sandra Bullock. So let's throw Sandra Bullock in. I'll bring that up. Put that on top. Let's throw Sandra Bullock in here. So let's add an image. Name it Sandra Bullock. We'll bring her in. Let's go Features OBS. Other GIFs. Let's see. Should be here somewhere. Oh, we could. Oh, there's a few we can add in here. Let's see. Let's see. Well, let's add in the space station, see what happens here. I don't know what this is going to do, so we're going to add this on in. So add that in. Call it space station now. Rename it. Put the display on top. Rename. Call it space station. Space station. Let's chroma key it. Add a filter. Add a chroma key it. Okay. Close that. Let's close that. And see what they do. Oh, look. There we go. There, we got a space station added, you know. This is the scene. Some dude there. Knock him on the back of his head. This guy is holding the string. He's the culprit. He's the one who runs the station. So. Okay. Oh, I gotta go down here. Sorry. Let's go here. Let's get the display back up so everyone can see what I'm doing. So, let's display back up. And I just thought, well, I've lost the music, so what you got to do, you got to go here on the properties. You got to tell it to loop through. Don't tell it to restart. Pump it through. Boom. There we go. And we got the music going back up. Hopefully I won't get any coffee in my mic. Happens. Technical errors, difficulties. Okay, let's get... I don't know if Sandra Bullock's... She might be a media source. Let's have a look. Here, we'll get that back up. Let's add a media source. I think she might be. Okay, let's go into here. There's OBS. She might be in here somewhere. She might be on the green screen. Because I think she is a media source. There's the book. Shuttle crash. Speedboat spinning moon. don't see her. No, I don't see her. Let's see, come on. Sandra in space. I don't. No, so maybe she's an image. Oh well, while we're here. While we're here. Add. Okay, we'll cancel that. Cancel that. We're going to add an image. She might be an image. Okay. Oh, there she is. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? She showed right up. So we'll add her now. Okay. Let's see what Sandra Bullock does. Sandra Bullock. Rename it. Call her Sandra. Sandra Bullock. Let's put her in. Filter her. Let's chroma key her. Okay. There she is. Close the display. We got Sandra. Let's get rid of the space station. And there's Sandra in space. And let's see. Let's turn off the sun, Earth, Moon, and Sun. See, we have control, complete control of this. Let's throw in. What do we want here? We want a space shuttle, don't we? So let's add. Source. We'll call it Space Shuttle. Shuttle. Let's add it in. I have to rebuild my whole channel here and build everything up, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. If you're interested to learn it, let's close that. Let's close that. Let's go back on display. Move that up. Boom, boom. Display. Back up. There we go. Move that to the top. Now we're going to add in a space shuttle. Go to media source. We're under sources. Cancel that. Okay. This is your scenes. Sources. I'm going to add a media source. Media source. Okay. I'm going to call this one Space Shuttle. Let's add a Space Shuttle in. Let's browse through there. That's somewhere here. Studio One, green screens, spinning astronaut, SpaceX. There we go, shuttle. Let's get the shuttle in there. Go. Okay, we'll open it up. That. Let's loop it through. Don't do a restart. And we'll chroma key it. Add a filter. Oh, let's put this display on top. Filter. And chroma key. Okay. Close. Get rid of the display. Now we have to move the shuttle down behind Sandra. We have to move it There we go, I think we're working it. That's not it. Gotta remove that one. That's what's going on. Wrong one. Go back on display. Grab the space shuttle. We gotta move it down. Behind. Just gotta move it behind the Sandra Bullock image. Right there. Close that. It should be behind. There we go. Let's move my capture. Move me on top of the screen. There we go. Got a phone call coming in. Sorry. Hello. Hello. I guess I don't. There we go. Throw that away. So this is a process of rebuilding everything I lost, because I lost everything, and I thought I would show as I rebuild it. And my flat-earth dogs. There's my flat-earth dogs. Hey Sheets, how you doing, pal? Yeah, I'm just throwing in a bunch of stuff. I think we need a space shuttle, or no, we got the space shuttle. Maybe Hubble. Hubble. We need a Hubble. No. Yeah, I think we need a Hubble. So we'll go back on here. Let's go find a Hubble. Let's add media source. Rename this Hubble. Yeah, let's browse. I think I've got a Hubble in here somewhere. Come on, Hubble, where are you? Let's see. Hubble, Hubble, Hubble. We've got a... I'm on it right now. Okay. A little bit of interruption there, but we're all good. Okay, we're gonna throw in an astronaut. What the heck? We need an astronaut going in behind. Call him astronaut. Rename him. Astronaut. Let's put him in somewhere here. Let's chroma key him. Okay, get rid of the display. We got to move the astronaut down below Sandra Bullock. So it's behind, it's got to be behind the image. Turn off the display and we should have an astronaut. Let's see if we got a, we should loop it through. Look at that, there goes the astronaut. Yay! Look at that, just better than NASA. More exciting. We got a lot more action and exploring different parts of the world. So let's shut off Sandra. And see if we can get the space station back in there. So we gotta put the space station up a couple. Want him in front. There we go. Look at. We've got the dude here holding up the space station for the shuttle and the astronaut. There we go. I mean, I think they should, yeah, I think they should hire me. We just put in any element we want. And we have satellites in the sky, don't we? Let's see what that one is. Down a touch. Okay, let's put a satellite or something in there. Yeah, it gets quite confusing sometimes actually in my headset because I've got the sound coming from the YouTube, and then if I have a Hangout, then I got 3 different sound sources going into my headset because I'd like to hear everything. I'm one of those. Some people, they can just get away with not paying attention, listening. Yeah, let's put the display back up. Okay, gonna add in. Let's add in something else. Let's add in something crazy anyways. Let's go for a media source. Okay. What do we got in the green screens? We got some weird stuff. Let's add some clouds in over top. Maybe. No, I like this one. Oh, I know. This is a scene from the Alice in Wonderland, actually. This is the Mad Hatter's table. Let's open that one. Let's open that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll add that one in. Shrink it down a touch. I'll call that the Hatter's table, so I don't lose track of it. Hatters. Put the display back up on top. Tell it to loop through. Don't restart. Okay. Now all we need to do is chroma key it. We'll add a filter. Add chroma key. Okay. Close that. Get rid of the display. This is what happens in our gravity world. And it all comes crashing down for NASA. That's what happens when gravity fails. trying to show everybody at the same time because I lost everything. I lost my entire everything. So I've had to rebuild everything. So I decided that I will show people as I'm rebuilding it. So if you go on display, that's the Hatter's table that we just did. I'm going to shut it off, as you can do. I'm going to shut off the astronaut. I'll shut off the shuttle. And we'll get rid of the display. And that's what we're left with. We're left with my image slideshow that I had put in earlier. So let's add something else. Let's add something really okay, I'm going to go to I'm going to add a new scene. I'm going to go on display. Cancel that. I'll go on display. Can add a scene. I'll call this one the lab. See, I had a thing called the lab, and that's where I could try different things out. So what you'll see is a blank screen here. So until I add my display capture. So display capture, which I've just added. Now we're on a blank scene here. See, there's nothing in my sources except for the display capture. So we got a brand new. So let's see if we can add an image, I think. Yeah, we'll try and add an image, a new image. Browse. Let's go back. I think it might be an image. It might be a video source. Let's go in there. So let's just add this image in the back. Okay. So we got a nice space scene in the back. No, I built this computer myself. It's got 6 gigabytes of RAM. It's got an AMD 1090Ti, and it's got an NVIDIA 650 card. So it's not even a top graphics card. But everything that's happening, here I'll go back on display. Put the image behind. Everything that I'm doing is all run through the OBS. And I just grab different elements and put them in. So if you're watching and want to learn, I'm just going to keep on showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go add another media source, which is a green screen, a source. So grab another green screen effect. Yeah, you could manage all this on a standard computer. And I'm going to go into the green screen. Let's go back. OBS, videos. Hiya, Kois, how you doing? Let's just add, I'm going to add a melting ball earth. Let's open that up. Go OK. Now I'm going to okay, so we got the melting ball here. That's this one, so we're going to rename that. We'll call it melting ball, or melting earth, why not? melting. So we call that melting earth. And let's, if you want to see it. Oh yeah, the dogs just had a great time. They took right off. Because they're beagles, as soon as they get a smell, they're gone. They run away. Let's loop that through. And let's turn on the melting earth. Make it full size. Now we're going to go back into display for you guys. We'll go into filters. Add a chroma key. And we've done that. And it should play through. Let's get rid of the display and we'll see our melting earth. There we go. This is what's happening to the earth now as we flatten it out. We're taking a ball and we are making it flat. Just like that. Yeah, but Koi's, now my dogs smell like wet dog. I discovered they need a bath. Okay, we'll go back on display. I'm going to add in myself. Let's see. So I'm going to add that. We don't create a new one here. Add existing. Boom. There I am. Get rid of that. Oh my god. Better shrink me down. I don't like looking at myself. Yeah, no problem. Just watch Paul on the plane. I'm showing live action right now as I'm going through the OBS, and thanks for joining in. I'm just showing, because I lost everything on my website the other day because I was doing some London videos, and YouTube shut me down. They slowed my stream down, but I ignore that. So we're back on OBS here. I'm going to shut off the melting earth. And I'm going to shut off the background image. I'll shut off the display. So I show that we're just blank screen again. I'll put the display back up. And let's add in another green screen effect. So, okay. Let's go. We already have Creepy Doll. See, I can add ones that are existing, and that's always best. Don't keep adding new if you already have one existing, because it'll bog it down. Let's go with the rocket launch. So, as you see, this is blue screen. So we have to change the color. So we're going to have to change the color. So when I do the chroma key, I can't just do a straight chroma key. I have to change the chroma key to blue. So let's go on here. I'm going to rename this one Rocket. And name everything. You have to name everything, otherwise you lose track. So we're going to call this one Rocket. I'm going to go into Properties. And when I'm in Properties, I'm going to tell it not to restart. And I want it to loop. So we got it here. So now it's always going to loop through. You'll see it looping through here. Okay, I'm going to put the display back on top. So all I did there was move the display from down here to the top. So now we go click back on Rocket. I go on Properties, well I go on Filters. And we're going to add a chroma key. And we add the chroma key, go. And then you go OK. And then we see here that the chroma key here, color type, is green. And that's no good on this one because it's a blue image. You can see how it's hazed out there. You see how it's not running proper. So we got to chroma key it on blue. Yep. So we close that. And we'll see how it comes in on the image. We'll close the display. And we see that it's all dark. You can't see anything. And nothing. So we go back on the rocket, right click, go on the filters, you go on your chroma key, and that's where these buttons come in. Your similarity, your smoothness, and your color spill. Because see now, see how I changed it up? We can get it better. And we get our colors better. Okay, so I'm happier with that. We take a look. Now let's throw the image on. But we see that it's still translucent. So we'll go back to display. Go back on the filters. Chroma key it a bit more. Get a little more to it. Now we see that it's still not working right, in a sense. So we can go like this. So you can go custom. So we can go do a custom color. Select a color. We know that the background is kind of like that light blue. So I'm going to pick a color close to it. Then we go OK. And that should be a little better. Let's close the display. And we have our rocket. So we can move our rocket down just a touch. So that looks more like it's coming off the ground. And voila! So I'm going to add in. So let me go back on display. Now it's a little quiet. I always like a little bit of music going. So I'm going to add a media source. But this time, I'm not going to create new. I already know that I have a music source down here. So I'm going to add existing. I'm going to add limitless. Go OK. And I'm going to shove it behind everything. So I'm going to put it right behind the image. And we're going to move myself on top. So is that helping you at all, Paul? I hope. And I really like the stuff you put out and how you debate. It's good to see. No worries. No worries. I did one a little earlier on the same thing. So I've been starting everything over. So you check that one too. I thought because I lost everything, I would show what I've been doing, because I think we all need these tools to get our points across. And everything I do is free. I ask for nothing. I don't want nothing. And all my stuff, anybody who wants to use it at will. Please. It's there for you to use. Okay, so if we want to create another one, now let's go into the NASA lab. What I call the NASA, because we like NASA. And I'll go back on my display. So this is everything that's running in the NASA lab. Let's see if I can full screen that for a second. See these? That's my music. That's the image slideshow. I showed how to get those. We got a Earth, a Moon, and a Sun. So I'll turn those back on. I'll turn the display off, and you'll see them all show up because they're all under there. Earth, our Moon, and Sun. And while we're live, and I'm in scenes, same here in England, it's a pissy weather. So we can grab our sun at any moment here. Let's grab our sun. Oop, turn the sun back on. Grab our sun. I'll show that in display. So we just grabbed our sun. I'm just making it big. Let's make our sun huge. Make our sun really big, because that's the way the sun is portrayed. And we're going to put the sun. Let's go back on display. I want the sun behind the Earth, which is here, and I want it behind the Moon. Alright, so I'm going to just click it. I'm going to just simply move it down. There, I put it down below the Moon. And then I turn the display off there. And there we go. That's the image we just created. And that gives us a little better perspective of what we're supposed to see. So there's our friendly planet Earth. And you believe this? I mean, the sun is supposed to be way, 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 way bigger. But hey, at least we get a glimpse. But then we're going to have to throw in the space station, of course. And we know how that's done. Because we got this dude here. That just puts it in. And he hangs it off his little thing there. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna... yeah. Let's get rid of the space station. Let's put Sandra Bullock in there, because Sandra, you know, she's done a really good thing. Let's throw Sandra... There we go, Sandra Bullock. You know, gravity. And we want, of course, the Mad Hatter's table. We'll set all the table items down here. Oops. And that's how gravity really works, isn't it? Because there isn't anything such thing as gravity. Come on. Someone turns on the gravity, turns off the gravity. That's what happens after the comet. You know, you're going on the comet vomit, and or the vomit comet, and boom. Yeah. So we can just throw that in any time. Yeah, Paul, are you looking at OBS differently now? Are you thinking, oh, I'm going to have too much fun? I know I am. So everything I'm doing here is live. Let's make a new scene just for fun. Let's see what we can do. I don't know what we can do with it. We'll transition over that. Oh, that's another thing I should explain. Let's go on display capture. Okay. This is your transitions. And this is the duration of your transition. So if I put this, I'm going to put this up to 10,000. So let's go 10,000 milliseconds. Get rid of the display. Well, let's go on to display. So when I go from one scene, because I got one scene here, this is the lab, go into the NASA. Now it changes. See how it changes slowly and fades through nicely. What I did, Kois, is I just downloaded it. I didn't use the installer, and I just run it. Like if you go into your file, here I'll show you. Just let me go in there. Let me go back on display. So I'm going to go into where I downloaded it, OBS. So if we go into OBS, that's where I downloaded it. And then you just go into your bin. Ignore any install. Don't download the install version. And either I run 32-bit, but I'm on a 64-bit machine. So because I'm on a 64-bit, I just go in there, and then you right-click it. And you run it as administrator. I'm not going to run it because I've already got an instance running. So try that, and that might work twice. Okay, so I'm going to go. Awesome. Add a new scene. So let me go on display again. So when you want to add a new scene, you go on to add. I'm going to add a new scene. We'll just call it test. So I'm going to add a test scene. And see how it fades away nice and slow because of that fade. Now you guys are going to see dark black right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the display capture. And when you open it up, you can't see this, but it's going to say create new or add existing. Add existing. Don't create a new one. So I've added existing. So now we're sitting here, we got a blank scene, nothing's going on, it's completely empty and black. So now I'm going to add my video. So we add a video capture. And once again, you don't create a new one, you add existing. Boom, there's my stupid little head. Alright, so we have that now. Now I'm going to add something to the back. Let's add a media. I'm going to add a media source. I'm going to add my studio. I'm going to call it studio. I want it to loop. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, we got different studios here. Let's add this one. Now this is a green screen studio, as you can see. So we got a green screen studio here. So I'm going to go put my display back up on top. So we don't want that, do we? We don't want the green. So in order to get to the green, you got to click on the one that I named studio. So now I'm going to add a chroma key. Add chroma key. And now you'll see, we can see back behind it. So now I want my video capture in behind there. So we go back on the video. Let's close the display. Now this is in front, and that's no good. We want myself to be behind the studio, so I'll go back on display. So we're going to move myself behind. So now I'm behind it. And we adjust it to size. And there you go. So now we have a stage set up, and you can present yourself. You can have stuff to either side. Hey, Flat Enough, how you doing? Yeah, live tutorial. I'm just making it up as I go, mate. There's no there's no organization to this. People are asking different things, and I'm just going to try and show. So so once again, I like music in here, so I'm going to add it. So I go back on display. Oh, it is informal, absolutely. So I'm going to add a media source. And like once I said, don't always keep creating new ones, because that's not a good thing. So we add existing because I already have it. I'm going to put that one in. So I got a little bit of music. Now this is on top, as you see, and we want it behind the studio. So let's move it behind the studio. So that's this arrow here. Let's move it behind. And move it behind your video because you don't want it to overlap. So it's behind. And this is what we have. And we'll shrink it down a bit. And there we go. And it fits right in there. now, what do we want on the other, on my left-hand side? I don't know. Let's add some. Let's add a little. I'm going to add one of my logos. So let's go back on display. Let's add in one of my logos. So we'll go media source. And I already know I have a couple logos in here. So I'm not going to make anything new. So we're going to add existing. Go OK. Once again, we want that behind the studio one I did. So we're going to move it down. It's behind the studio now, but I want it behind everything. So we'll move it right to the bottom. And then when the display disappears, we just move it over. And there we go. One of my logos I created. And it fits right in there. See, and this has always been my fun studio. So I'm going to add Neil deGrasse Tyson, our favorite guy. Neil deGrasse, he's the one. Let's see if I can find him. So I'll go back on, put the display up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to add a media source. Now I have to add a new one because he's not in here. So let's call him Neil deGrasse. Neil deGrasse. Let's go find him. And there he is. And this is another one where we got a blue screen. Now I just found this on the online somewhere and just happened to notice. I just happened to notice that it was all blue behind him, and I thought, aha, I can use that. Now, so we'll open him up.
I'm Leo Zua.
Hello, Neil. How
Zusa.
you doing?
On Instagram.
So who made the simulation?
Some snot-nosed kid in the parents' basement.
This is
of
your
an
volume control down here.
Who's bored and entertainment. What else can you explain where things are going truly politically, economically?
Hey, no problem, Flat Enough. Glad to help anytime I can.
That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what we're here for. We're all here to help each other because we can't trust anybody. So we have to help each other.
Then the one university started it all.
If 30 years. I was being generous. Well, 30 years, whatever it was.
Okay, so now that we have good old Neil there,
you would be able to feel it.
now we have to chroma key him. So we right click
It can't simulate the whole universe.
and we add a chroma key. Okay,
Yes.
and we know that he's blue there. Here it says green. So we want it to be blue. Oh, let me step back. I made a mistake. One thing you always got to remember when you're working with this stuff is you have to loop them through. Otherwise, you lose them.
Leo
There. Now that he's looped, now I can work with
Zusa.
it.
On Instagram.
So who made the simulation?
So now we want to right click.
Some snot-nosed kid in the parents' basement
want to add
of
the
an
chroma.
alien
Got to
civilization.
go into the chroma
Who's
key.
bored and
As I said, we
What
got
else
green
can you
here.
explain
We don't want that.
where things
Let's
are
go
going truly
custom.
Politically, economically, a complete disruption.
So we're going to go custom.
I think they throw it in
And
for
you try and select a
entertainment.
color as close to this blue as you
I'm
can.
gonna say, I have two.
For why
So let's
that-
select
that's
a
more
color.
likely than any other scenario. I'll tell you that in a minute, but go on.
The numbers
I think
game.
he's a little
okay,
lighter.
So the idea that if one of the
Then the one
That's pretty
university
close.
started it all.
If the 30 years.
I would say.
I was being
1,000 or
generous.
30, yeah.
Well, 30 years.
So once you
whatever
get that,
it
you go,
was would
okay.
Potentially be physical, like you would be able to feel it.
And then we
it would-
slide this down.
It doesn't
There,
even
look at that.
require
Isn't that
No, it just
beautiful?
requires that what you
We
program
even got a little
in
bit of
has
shadow
free
in
will.
behind him, but that's okay.
Because to simulate a universe perfectly, you need a computer the size of a universe.
Do you?
Do you?
Yes.
Now I'm going to get rid of display. All I'm going to do is shrink him down.
Zusa.
so that they're going to fit.
So who made the simulation?
These buggers are going to fit at the desk. All right.
Of an alien civilization.
So,
Well, I
who's
mean,
bored and entertainment.
let's get rid of the display.
Where things are going truly politically,
And all we're going to do is move him down here, put Neil in the seat, boom. And we have Neil deGrasse Tyson on the show.
I'm going to say, I have two.
For why that's more likely than any other scenario. I'll tell you that in a minute, but go on.
The numbers game, okay? So the idea that if one of the...
And we know how much we love Neil,
if the 30 years.
so we're going to find ways to off him.
30 years, whatever it was would potentially be physical. Like you would be able to feel it.
Okay, so
and it would.
No, it wouldn't. It doesn't even require that.
No, it
That
just
is so not nice, and it's not in my nature, but this is for educational purposes only.
Yes.
I don't know. Leo Zusa on Instagram.
Okay, so let's add some sort of disaster.
Snot-nosed kid in the
Okay,
parent
so let's go
basement
back on
of
display.
an alien civilization.
Well, I
Who's
mean-
bored and entertainment. Why else can you
So I'm
explain
going to go back
where things
into
are truly politically,
sources.
economically, a complete
Sources.
disruption?
I'm gonna
I think
add a
that's-
source.
They throw it in for entertainment. That's what I think.
Media source.
I'm going to say, I have two.
Now I gotta make a new
That's
one.
more likely.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm going to add yet, so I won't name it until I find out.
Okay, so the idea that if one
Yeah.
of the...
Then the one universe that started it all.
How do we want to deal with Neil?
30 years,
Well,
whatever
Neil, I
it
think,
was
believes
would
in
potentially be
UFOs.
physical. Like
So
you
let's,
would be able to feel it.
Okay,
Let's
so
give him a crash.
It doesn't
We're
even
gonna open
require
that.
No,
It just requires that what you program in there.
Okay, this is a...
So who made the simulation?
Some snot-nosed kid in the parents' basement of an alien
Move the
civilization.
display back on top. Okay, so what issues do we have here?
Can you explain
What we have...
truly politically, economically, a complete disruption? I think that's they throw
We
it in
need
for
to
entertainment.
go onto the media source,
I'm
go
gonna say
filters,
I have two.
For why
add a
that's
chroma
more
key.
likely.
As you saw,
Than any
it
other
was a
scenario.
green
I'll tell you that in a
background,
minute,
so
but
all
go
you
on.
do is
The
add the
numbers
chroma key
game,
and
okay,
forget
so
everything
the
else.
idea that if one
Yeah.
of the...
Then the one universe that
meaning
started it all.
If the 30 years, I was being
1,000 or
generous.
30, yeah.
Well, 30 years,
And
whatever
remember
it
what I said
was
about
would potentially
looping?
be physical. Like
So
you,
we loop it through?
you would be able to feel it.
Okay,
And it would,
and then it should keep
doesn't
playing.
even require that.
No,
it
I-
just requires that what you program in there. You have free will.
It can't simulate the whole universe because to
Yeah,
simulate
we
the
can
universe,
hear it playing. Let's get rid of the display, and there we have it.
I don't know. Leo Zusa on Instagram.
So who made the simulation?
Now,
some
You'll see
snot-nosed
black edges
kid
on the side
in
here
the parents' basement
of this
an alien
image.
civilization who's bored and
The way we get rid of that
What else can you explain?
is you hold your Alt key, you grab that side, it'll turn green, and
Disruption.
then you shrink it
I
down.
think that's they throw it in for entertainment. That's what I think.
Okay.
Hold your Alt
I'm
key,
gonna say
grab the other
I have
side,
For why
shrink it down,
That's more likely
Yeah.
than any other scenario. I'll
and then
tell
it
you
all
that in a
matches
minute.
in nicely.
the numbers game. Okay, so the idea that if one
Yeah.
of the...
Then the one universe that
Meaning
started it all.
if 30 years, I was being
1,000 or
generous.
30, yeah.
Well, 30 years, whatever it was would potentially be
And
physical.
there we go.
Like you would be able to feel it.
Okay, so
We can wipe out Neil.
It doesn't even
Then once you
require
wipe out
that.
Neil,
It just requires that what you program in there, you have free will.
then as you wipe out Neil, and you see the explosion happen, you just shut him off. And he's gone. And once you've set it up to loop, now you can shut it off. So I'm going to call that. And also, now that we know what it is, I'm going to call it an alien crash. So I'm going to rename it. Alien crash. Then I know what it is when I go to use it somewhere else. And if you go on the properties and tell it not to loop now, it will only play once. And it's pretty good stuff. So there's multiple ways that I have of destroying Neil deGrasse and getting him off my show. Let's add in a transformer. Everyone likes transformers. So I'm going to add in media source. This is me building my whole site back up. Okay. Let's find a transformer. I think that I would put it alphabetically. And I have, what do you know? Okay, I'm going to add in the transformer. Let's get him on stage. Okay. As you see, sound is very loud, so we turn them down. Gonna rename it Transformer. Rename Transformer. You know, don't mind if I screw up, because I am just doing this off the top of my head. And remember, you have to tell them to loop. I'm not going to tell it to restart. You can tell it to restart. Okay. Filters. Add chroma key. Go OK. There we go. Chroma keyed out. And it looks good. I'm going to close the display. Over a touch. This way. And we have good action going there. So next time Neil's on the show, I'm going to transport him. We'll go back on display. Tell him to stop looping. There. We got him to stop looping. Now anytime you want something to come in or action to start, that's what these little eyes are for. See, you can shut them off or turn them on. And also another important thing is this. This is your transition screen. So if I want to do a pre-setup before I send it through. So if I let's say I go onto theater. Let's see if I can get my display on. So I've gone onto theater. That's a scene I have. I'm going to preset all the scene. So I don't want my display capture on the scene. I'll turn that off. I'm going to put on odd. I want the stage on. So I'm just going through turning on and turning off what I want. I'll show that big for a second. So this is turning on and off the stuff before I send it through. So now that I've got everything set the way I want, I'll transition it through, and that's what you guys will see.
Have you ever dreamed of going up to outer space? Or maybe meeting other beings from another place? Have you ever wondered what it's like on other planets? Then you watch a science show
That's how
and
we
come
do
to
that.
believe you understand
And,
it. You feel empowered by the knowledge and you feel
back onto
enlightened.
studio.
Listening to Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson. But then you wake up and you start to see the obvious. Life is just a lie and this whole world
So while
ain't
you
what
guys
we thought
are
it was. NASA's missions to the
watching
moon were
this,
never completed.
I would be in
They
the
just filmed them
background,
in a room and people believe it. I used
setting
to
up
wonder
the
what
next
it's like to be an astronaut.
thing that I
Now
want to
when
come
see
through.
them acting, I can't
So I'll
help but to
display
laugh
that.
a lot. They give us cartoons and they claim that we live on a ball.
I'll
But
transition
it's
that
flat and
through.
it's not moving or spinning at all. Why you lying to us, man? That's something that we want to know. After that, you're gonna have to pack up all your stuff and go.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send some asteroids into the scene. I want to make sure my display capture turns off. And we'll turn off the
History
odd.
has been rewritten by winners of wars. The Jesuit
And
order, Khazars, Freemasons,
we'll
and
put
more.
on
They pulled the veil
NWO.
over our eyes, and it's time to awaken. Through organized indoctrination, our minds have
So
been
when I
taken.
transition
It's time
this
we take
through,
our
you're going to
power
have
back
some
and we rescue our
asteroids.
people.
You're going to have the
Vatican
new
and
video in the
Bakers are like Resident
movie.
Evil.
And
they may have had the greatest plan that was
okay,
ever concocted,
transitioning
but
through.
Illuminati never thought that they'd ever be spotted. They're manufacturing reality all in our heads. They tell us if the earth is flat, then we'll fall off the edge.
One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a prison cell but you can't see the bar, you think you're free.
What the human race is suffering from is mass hypnosis. We are being hypnotized by people like this.
So I hope this is helping.
Newsreaders,
And I hope it is getting
politicians,
people
teachers, lecturers.
used to a little
We
bit
are
of
in a
OBS.
country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is
So now that you know what buttons I've been pushing, all I do to shut off the asteroids is I click the little I button, the asteroids will shut off, and it'll come through to you.
But no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us modern day slaves. And everybody's
Once you got your scenes all set up, it's easy to control them, because I can add anything at any time. So I'll go back on display.
That's the reason I collect so many guns in my lair. I ain't never caught slipping, never underprepared. Yeah, they shade sign on me. They just spray it proudly. George Bush, the grandson of Alistair Crowley.
You can see the elements here.
The enemy ain't Saudi, the enemy
These are the different elements I have. So I'm going to turn on Airbus.
It's also a prominent ingredient in Prozac. How could any government
So let's turn on Airbus.
who believe in political throwback? That's not all that I'm here
Turn
to
off
present
display.
you. I know about the Black Pope and Solomon's Temple. Yeah. About the Vatican assassins
And we'll have a plane coming through.
Barack Hussein Obama in a test tube. It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us modern day slaves. And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, and won't awaken to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end. Whoever built the pyramids had knowledge of electrical power. And you know
So
that
if
that's
this
the
helps,
information that they suppress
I
and
hope
devour. Who you think the
that does help
motherfuckers that
somebody.
crashed in the tower?
Oh, that's a good timing to have that plane coming through then. It's almost like I planned it.
The ones that never told you about the Mount Vesuvius tombs. The bird flu is a lie, the swine flu is a lie. Why would that even come as a surprise? Yeah, the polio vaccine.
So then we just click on the eye, shuts off the Airbus, and then we can have our creepy doll. Here comes the creepy doll.
Lucifer is God in the public school system. I suggest you open up your ears and you listen. Listen. Know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. Motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about how they made us modern day slaves. And everybody's just walking around, heading the clouds, and won't awake until we're dead in the grave.
A little bit creepy. Yeah, a little bit creepy. So as you see, the song is about to end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch through something right now.
That what they see with their eyes is what there is to
So
see.
when the song ends on my side here,
Because they'll laugh in the face of an explanation that portrays the bigger picture of what's happening. And they have.
I'm just going to switch to street orchestra and turn that off. And it should come through. The little girl puts her money in. Hey. So, yeah, this was my little live tutorial of OBS, because I really believe everybody should be teaching themselves things. And I think we need to get things out there in a more professional manner, so to speak, so that people are paying attention to what we're all doing. I'm just waiting for a couple emails back from people I want to use their material, and I've asked them if I could, so I'm just waiting for permission, because I got some so much good stuff out there. You know, sometimes you gotta just watch some good stuff. So let me go back on display. Let me add in something, media source. Let's go on here, browse. It's under videos, humanity. There we go. It'll be in here. Let's see something. Oh, let's see what this message is here. So
a simple fisherman spotted a tourist and his wife stuck in the river sludge. He rushed to help them and first took their expensive camera and shooting gear to the dry part of the area. Could have easily taken everything. As we see, they were completely helpless. They couldn't have done nothing. They couldn't have stopped him whatsoever. But his virtuous soul was aiming higher than that. He returned trying to save them, but it was hardly easy. The man was old, heavy, and deeply sunk.
I'm going to move that behind
many
the screen.
Human beings, unfortunately,
in other words, the stage.
If we're in that young man's
let's move it behind
shoes,
the stage.
They would have taken advantage of the situation.
And
But
get rid of the display.
Knew that lending a helping
And it
hand
should be there.
to a person in need is a fortune, and that humility is an ornament.
Then we see he decided to take away the old lady's belongings so they don't get ruined by the dirt. Again, he could have taken the bag with whatever in it. Here he returns again.
But anything
to
like
resume
green screen
his
elements
rescue
and stuff you
mission.
can download.
And this move, in this particular moment here, is by God astonishing. See how
There's lots
beautiful
of
humanity can
free to
be.
use material out there, people.
See the
And,
marvelousness
let's use it.
of selflessness. He ultimately
You know,
used
it's not
his
just
own
about
body.
it's not flat Earth.
Use his
It's not
own
just flat
body
Earth. This is
as
about
a slab
humanity. This is about
for them to step
people
on.
getting
He
together
was not thinking
and
about who these people
exposing
were,
the government,
what is their
exposing the evil.
origin, what brought them to my country.
And
I think it's in
you
him
just got to keep it
by
up.
instinct that whoever saved the soul, it should be regarded as though he
You
had
know,
saved all mankind,
There's kindness in people.
as the Quran says.
People are friendly
And it
and
shows
kind for the most
that
part,
he felt
I think.
towards them
At least I'm going to keep on believing that there's goodness in people.
Regardless,
I'm not going to believe
of
that
race,
everybody's evil.
color, and religion.
Refuse.
And as much as his body was soiled in that sludge, his soul must have been elevating high in the sky. For that's indeed a noble deed.
And I think that's going to conclude what I've done on this video. And
now he made it.
I'll be back in a little
Thank
while.
you, son. Thank you, ma'am. And that was it. Did he bargain? Did he wait for something in return? A commission,
And I'll
maybe?
continue on.
Impossible.
But this
Not
has
this man.
been me re-establishing
This
all
guy
the
is
work I did
different.
earlier.
Different to those.
And I don't know why I lost everything.
The world is all about materialistic gain.
But things have gone strange
Now,
since I
his
did that
humanitarian
London
mission is
stuff.
accomplished. He left with grace and clear, satisfied conscience.
Let's turn that off again. And let's switch to something else. So let's turn that one off and we'll switch. That's how easy the switch is now. And of course, our old favorite Flat Earth asshole.
This next little number goes out to Scott
Shout
Kelly.
out to Flat Earth.
We're glad you made it back alive, buddy. What? Oh, yeah. This one's for you, Scott Kelly. Here we go.
Oh, let's crank him up a touch.
He's hanging around in a harness in front of a green screen. That bald
Yeah, he does.
liar's never been to space. You can see it written all over his blood red face.
I think the best thing that's happened to me is someone crashing my stuff. Yeah, that's on his vid. That's his sync.
There are no satellites in space. NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space. But so you'd assume. There are no satellites in space. And NASA never went to the moon. There are no
Yeah, fortunately this time it's not me. Usually it is.
It might be a hologram.
Turn that up a touch.
Have you ever heard of this thing called Project Bluebeam? You'd be amazed what they're actually
This controls all your
with all
audio
of our money.
coming in and out.
They're
This
keeping
section.
us locked away from the land.
And if you've named everything, because I call this flat earth asshole, then you know exactly which one you're doing. But if you don't name things, you'll get lost. So that's why I say you have to really name your stuff.
There are no astronauts in space, but so you'd assume. There is no ISS in space, and NASA never went to the moon. There are
Just thought I'd point that out.
astronauts in space. NASA never went to the moon. You can't fool me.
Now we can also add, if I go add Sandra Bullock in here, just for fun, that one I made earlier. I'll put display on. And cancel. Let me add the display. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to go add that one I made earlier. Now like I say, if you know something that you have, you don't want to make a new one. Add existing. Now, where did I go? Where is she? Photograph. We don't add him. Where is she? I'm sure I had one named. Oh, we could always add a space shuttle. Could do that one. Maybe I didn't name it. Get rid of the display. Nope. Not that one. Let's see if we can add her. On display. Try and show what I'm doing. Okay, Kois, take care. Yeah, I'm going to take a break for about an hour, and then I'm going to come back and I'll show some more stuff on OBS. Let's add in a space shuttle just for fun. Oh, that's because she was an image. There we go. See? She's an image, so let's add existing. Oh, no, I'll add this one. There we go, there's Sandra. Now let's put her into the studio here. Let's get rid of my display. Oh, look. Sandra Bullock is having her ass kissed by Flat Earth asshole. You saw it here live. Yeah, well, I hope so, boys. And if you get it working, then you can go back and forth, and I'll walk you through it. It's all right, as best I can. And I'll go over, and then also I'll show you where to get some stuff and how to change things, if you want. So what time is it now? I'll say I'll be back in about an hour and a half.
Scott. We all know you lied. You know you lied. You're gonna know it until you die.
Okay, Sheeps. Take care. Always good to see you.
Look at Neil and
You be
Buzz.
good, mate.
How happy do they look?
Peace.
They're liars just
I
like
guess you can't see that. Let me
And when you lie to everybody,
put my video up top.
your real dreams, they'll never come true.
There we
You're
go.
gonna have to live with what you did for the rest of your life,
Take care,
Scott.
buddy. Peace.
We all know it.
You can see that.
No matter how hard you
Just
act
change
like
that
it,
like that.
and you won't
Boom.
show it.
Look, I'm gonna do. Look at that. 666. Careful. careful. I'll be busted for doing this, won't I? I'll be busted for doing this. Maybe I should be going like this. I think I should go like this. It's okay, guys. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. Yeah. It's lovely to see people who are awake to that and they know what's going on. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Peace. Be safe. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Actually, I wouldn't do anything I do because it gets you in trouble.